Allora andiamo ad ascoltare di cosa parlerà l'ambasciatore degli Stati Uniti, Fick, in questo intervento video che poi andiamo a commentare insieme.
Hello, I'm Nate Fick, the U.S. Ambassador at Large for Cyberspace and Digital Policy. Thank you for inviting me to join the CyberSec conference this year. My team and I are charged with leading U.S. technology diplomacy efforts around the world, from cybersecurity to wireless networks to digital regulations to emerging technologies. Our work is built around a few core principles. First, everything we do is anchored on an affirmative vision that digital technologies can be enablers of tremendous good. Good for individual humans, good for states, and good for the international system. Second, for every country in the world, technology issues are increasingly a part of every aspect of our foreign policy. Bilateral relationships, multilateral relationships, and functional issues ranging from climate change to human rights to deterring wars, tech is woven through them all. Our third core principle is that no one country can go it alone on technology policy. Notions of digital sovereignty might be attractive, but ultimately we are all better served by a broad-based digital solidarity. We must work together to build this sense of digital solidarity with one another, to understand how technologies such as AI are shaping the world, and to ensure that they are developed, deployed, and used in fundamentally rights-respecting ways. This year's conference focuses on cybersecurity in the AI era. I spent a decade before coming into government building and leading a cybersecurity software company, and I'm excited about the opportunities that AI can bring to cybersecurity. AI is already ubiquitous. Attackers are using it to circumvent our defenses, to fool our defenders, and to cover their tracks. But AI is also full of promise for cyber defenders. It can help us to link together the lessons we've learned across disparate attacks and disparate geographies, to learn more rapidly, and to enact policy changes at scale in near real time, and ultimately, even to write better, less buggy software in order to reduce the number of vulnerabilities available to attackers in the first place. More broadly, the decisions that we make today about how we shape the parameters around AI will define our world for decades. It is a responsibility that we must assume, together with our private sector, civil society, and international partners. President Biden, in his remarks to the opening session of the UN General Assembly last September, said that the United States was committed to working through the UN and other international bodies and directly with leaders around the world, including our competitors, to ensure we harness the power of artificial intelligence for good while protecting our citizens from its most profound risks. The G7 last December released an international code of conduct for AI developers that draws heavily from that work and from the voluntary commitments we in the US secured from leading AI companies. We strongly support Italy's AI initiatives in the G7 this year to continue that work to build a shared understanding of AI's promise and to mitigate the worst of its risks. In addition to this important work in the G7, we also expect the current framework of responsible state behavior in cyberspace, agreed to already by every UN member state, to apply to the use of AI-enabled cyber tools by states, including those norms calling for states to refrain from disruptive or destructive cyber attacks in peacetime. Tech, and specifically AI, is one of the geopolitical forces shaping our world. As digitization continues to proliferate and transform societies, we have a generational opportunity to advance a vision for a global cyber and digital ecosystem that is stable, secure, vibrant, innovative, inclusive, and upholds human rights. At the Department of State, we believe it's imperative that the United States work with our allies and partners to advance this vision, including at the intersection of AI and cybersecurity. But we can't do it alone. A broader conception of digital solidarity requires U.S. engagement, but also Italian leadership of the G7, your engagement in conferences like this one, and a collective sense of purpose uniting policymakers, technologists, company builders, human rights advocates, and interested citizens around the world. Thank you for this opportunity to join you today. Best wishes.
E l'avete sentito, l'ambasciatore Fick, ambasciatore degli Stati Uniti per il cyberspazio e la politica digitale, ha posto maggiormente l'attenzione sulla solidarietà digitale legata alle policy in merito alle tecnologie e poi l'obiettivo di raggiungere questa governance sull'intelligenza artificiale, e il G7 con la presidenza italiana vediamo se riuscirà a fare squadra in questo senso.